So I own two bike shops with my business partner. One is in Center City, Philadelphia, and one's out in the main line. Philadelphia Bikesmith and Inline Cycles. We've been through like a growth period, opening the second shop about 2 years ago. It was a big, big transition, but it's manageable as two owners. Been married for 6 years now, trying to, move to the burbs, start a family kind of thing. Classic cheesy stuff. Pretty happy with where that's heading. And my wife is awesome. I think the worst part was the uncertainty, you know? If we were going to get shut down, when we were going to get shut down, how long it was going to be. Then the state worked pretty quickly to make bike shops essential, which was massively beneficial for us and our staff. Just being able to keep people paid. We have this like small pot of people in the shop basically. So we still get some of that socialization, which I'm really grateful for. Just being a social human. Having my coworkers, have real human interaction was really nice. But coming into the year, like the beginning of COVID was just things were changing every day or multiple times within a day. So it's a lot of stress and anxiety about not knowing what's going to happen, It's one thing to know something bad is going to happen and to start preparing for it, but like having to prepare for multiple different situations was pretty stressful. I think once we were deemed essential, it did make it easier. I definitely consider us lucky in that sense. I need bikes in my life, They're fun. They're for mental health. They're a utility. This is a lifestyle type business and one that people generally get into because they're passionate about it. So I've always thought bikes were essential. And I think it makes sense for the bike shop to be essential. Especially in the city, it's a real mode of transportation for people. People can't go out and socialize. They can't go to the gym to exercise, There's all these things that people can't do, but riding a bike is something that people could do during that time. Especially in the peak of COVID. I think cycling was incredibly essential from a mental health perspective. Just giving people an outlet. And the physical health perspective. People being cooped up all day indoors, not being able to go out or just do anything. It's not healthy. And even if the virus gets under control or, there's a vaccine, there's going to be these lasting kind of psychological issues that we're going to have to deal with from COVID. So I think cycling is something that can really contribute to that. Everybody kind of knows how to ride a bike. They learn when they're a kid, but most people don't end up picking them back up as adults. That's been really exciting, just as a cycling advocate and someone that, I'm hoping that the silver lining is that there is some retention. And that cycling becomes more mainstream. A thing that people do kind of in Europe. It's exciting to have something that is a personal view more accepted into the mainstream thought. I think it will create better advocacy for cycling, which is really what I want. Even if I didn't run a bike shop forever, bikes will always be a part of my life, so yeah. Just to keep going or keep pushing. And the people we employ, my business partner, like extended family, like his wife, his kids, the partners of the people that work for us, that local community, that wanting to stay open, wanting to be able to have people keep working. That was probably the biggest motivation. being able to have that service to the community. I've always felt that stuff was incredibly important. I came from a very tight-knit family. My wife has a massive family. I consider my closest friends family. I don't make a real distinction between blood or not. In moments like this, like the pandemic, those connections are even more important, but they've always been extremely important to me personally, so I think all the lessons are going to be pretty hard earned. And they're going to take a long time to learn. It's tough because, you know, it's not just COVID, right? There's a lot of real issues, and it's good that it's happening because it has to be brought to attention, right? Like, it has to be talked about. So I think, like, we have to face it. And it's still going to take years of progress, and that progress is going to be slow moving. So I'm just hoping that, as a society, we have the stamina. During a lot of the protesting, like just being in Center City and seeing and feeling a lot of that, like we did get our windows smashed, which, you know, it was just an opportunity thing. I don't believe it has anything to do with what the protesting is. Definitely outliers. And like, it was a bunch of kids just vandalizing, which happens, is a thing that happens. We had to board up all the windows, obviously, after that. Being in Philly and seeing all the boarded up windows was a pretty low time personally. And I think for a lot of people living in communities where that was a real legitimate concern. Taking down those boards was probably one of the best feelings I've had in a long time. I'm not pessimistic. I'm very much a realist about how much effort it will take as a society, as individuals to deal with these issues we're experiencing. But I will say, like, there is progress. And that was a moment of progress that I could identify personally through this experience. But, yeah.